Carriejune Bowlby is an American fitness model, internet sensation, and inspiration for people everywhere who are looking to emulate her awesome physique. She first started exercising when she was in school with track and field, gymnastics, and cheerleading. After becoming inspired to build more muscle and compete in fitness shows, Carriejune started working out at home with basic equipment. However, she quickly realized she needed heavier weights to build the strong body she always wanted, so she joined a gym and went to work. Since the beginning of her journey, she's become a well-known fitness icon, professional model, and motivation for many people worldwide. Biography: Sporting Life. Born in 1996 and from America, New Jersey, Carriejune Bowlby got her first set of weights when she was in the 5th grade. As Carriejune says, "I got my first set of 8-pound weights and proceeded to have my mom buy me all those workout equipment things you see on the infomercials, like shake weights, ab coasters, etc." Carriejune's life has always revolved around fitness. In high school, she was on the track and field team, cheerleading team, and gymnastics squad. She says that it wasn't until her junior year of high school when she decided to ditch the home equipment and started to get serious with weightlifting. Carriejune quickly learned about strength training and exercise after months of hard lifting in the gym. Throughout her efforts in the gym, she's built an awesome physique and has since become an internet sensation. Carriejune continues to post pictures on her progress in the gym and motivates others who wish to achieve the same results. Training. Carriejune says she works out 6 days a week with one rest day when she feels the need. Her workouts are all very similar when it comes to her rep range, including the weights she uses and the sets. She'll usually start off by doing one exercise for the muscle she's working that day, with 4 sets of 20 to 15 reps, with very little rest in between. From there, she'll go on to heavy compound lifts, where she'll do 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps with a good amount of rest in between sets. When she's done with that, she'll start doing supersets with a rep range of around 15, then from there, she'll finish the workout with isolation exercises for 3 to 4 sets. Carriejune's workout: quad-focused leg day, back, shoulders, glute, hamstring and leg day, bis and tris, rest day. Nutrition: carb cycling. When Carriejune needs to lean down for a competition, she'll usually have 2 low-carb days and then followed by 1 high-carb day. One meal she will consistently have throughout is 3/4 cup of oats and egg whites in the morning. Supplements. To help give Carriejune that extra edge, she'll occasionally use a pre-workout along with a whey protein after her heavy workouts. She'll also use fish oils and multivitamins to keep her energy levels up. Idols and influences. When it comes to idols and influences, Carriejune says, "My favorite female athlete is Larissa Rice. She was my first fitness inspiration. I love how feminine she looks with all the muscle she has."
There are a lot of different opinions of how carbs should be used to build muscle or lose fat. Depending on how you use your carbs, they can be your weapon of choice for building muscle mass and strength, or they can be your weak point and destroy your hard-earned shape. And to make the matter even more complicated, there are hundreds of different opinions on this subject. Here is a list of facts that can really help in handling the controversy around carbohydrates consumption and allow you to gain muscle with minimal fat percentage. Number 1. Low glycemic index over high glycemic index carbs. Carbs give you the fuel and energy for your workouts, so you can't cut them out completely. But when choosing your carb sources, try to choose complex carbohydrates. For complex carbs, turn to sources like brown rice, oats, potatoes, yams, and vegetables. Why complex carbs? Because they are composed of long chains of sugars and digested very slowly when compared to the high glycemic index carbs. This means that they help promote more stable insulin production, no insulin peaks, and blood sugar levels, which is a good thing when you're trying to build muscle instead and avoid the storage of excess fat under your skin. When trying to gain muscle, an athlete can eat up to 3 grams per pound, that's 2 grams per pound for women, of carbs on a daily basis. Number 2. Eat high glycemic index carbs after your workout. High glycemic index carbs are easily digested and they tend to increase insulin very quickly. Although we said you should avoid fast carbohydrates in order to keep your blood sugar levels stable, there is one exception. You can eat fast carbs right after your intense workout. You see, insulin controls the storage of carbs into the liver and skeletal muscle. Higher doses of insulin result in storing the excess carbs as fat under your skin. That's why athletes usually try to prevent insulin spikes and avoid high glycemic index carbs. But after an intense workout, your glycogen supplies are almost depleted, so an insulin peak can stimulate anabolism and the glycogen rebuilding process. Some good sources of fast carbs include white bread, white rice, sugar, honey, and most of the refined foods. Number 3. Eat fiber. Eating fiber improves anabolism by improving the uptake of amino acids and carbs into the skeletal muscle. At the same time, fiber slows down the digestion of carbs and protein, which in turn keeps the production of insulin steady. Good sources of fiber include oats, vegetables, beans, brown rice, berries, nuts, and seeds. Number 4. Eat the majority of your daily carbs after the workout. Higher quantities of carbohydrates after the workout have less chance of being stored as excess fat, simply because depleted glycogen has to be stored first while fat storage is a secondary objective of your body. This is one of the reasons why some of the intermittent protocols like lean gains and the renegade diet are effective for fat loss. Progress in the gym seems like a breeze when guys first start lifting, and it seems as if you can easily add more and more poundages with each training session. Here's how to do face pulls. 1. Attach a rope to a pulley station and set it at chest height. 2. Grab both ends of the rope with an overhand grip. 3. Go a few steps back so that you are supporting the load with your arms fully outstretched and get into a stance with one foot forward. You can bend your knees slightly to be more stable. 4. This is optional. You can ask a partner to put their fingers on your spine at your mid-back. This is to ensure that you do not use your lower back to move the load. 5. Retract your scapula. You can imagine trying to squeeze the partner's finger with the shoulder blades, and then pull the rope towards your face. You can do this properly by thinking of pulling the rope's ends apart and not just pulling back. 6. As it nears your face, rotate the knuckles externally so that they face the ceiling. 7. Hold the top position for 1 to 2 seconds and then lower slowly. Things to consider. 1. Do not use too much weight. Doing face pulls with a weight that's too heavy will force you to engage the lower back to finish the rep, which will completely defeat the purpose of this exercise and drastically increase the risk of injury. 2. Don't move your head forward to meet the rope faster. This is totally wrong and can seriously injure your neck muscles. 3. Don't drop your elbows when pulling. Keep the elbows, shoulders, and wrists in a straight line, and you will keep the upper back muscles engaged throughout the entire movement. If you drop the elbows into a low row position, you will engage the lats. 4. Don't do it too fast. There are lots of big lifters who do these in a fast and explosive manner, but for the majority of people, this is an exercise which can give greater benefits when done with a slow, controlled tempo, particularly when first trying it out. 5. If you can't find a partner to keep your lower back from moving, you can ask someone to film you to see your technique. You may be surprised how poor your execution form actually is. 6. There are some studies that show that an underhand grip might be a better choice than an overhand grip. You can try both variations and see which one suits you best. 7. Stretch your chest muscles between sets. The doorway pec stretch is a good stretching exercise. The purpose of this article is not to bring anyone down or belittle someone's expectations in regards to bodybuilding, but the statement of several facts and truths some may deem too harsh. If you plan on becoming a professional bodybuilder and compete at the most elite level, you should know you're going to have to give up and sacrifice a lot of things in your life. Number 1. The workouts. Bodybuilders are almost addicted to training and are sometimes considered to have an unhealthy obsession with exercise. You hear a lot of health experts nowadays about needing to lead a balanced lifestyle, but the truth is that in order to become truly great in anything, not just sports, you need to develop an obsession with it. In terms of bodybuilding, you need to develop an obsession with building a strong, muscular, aesthetically pleasing physique. 2. Rest. Along with training and nutrition, rest is the third pillar of bodybuilding. You'll need to give the body lots of time to recuperate and rebuild the muscle tissue that was torn by the mechanical stress of exercising. There are some who would say bodybuilders are lazy, but the fact is that they're one of the hardest working people with one of the strictest lifestyle regimens ever, without even mentioning the commitment to their sport. 3. Proper nutrition. No one got big by eating like a bird. If you want to get huge, you need to eat a lot. And we're not talking about an average-sized meal. A bodybuilder's meal is usually 2 to 3 times the size of a regular person's meal. 4. Genetics. This is a cold hard fact, but the majority of us will never get close to having the physique of a bodybuilder. We've all been dealt a certain hand when we came to this world in terms of genetics, and we've got to work with what we've got. Some people, like Jay Cutler, were simply born with extraordinary genetics and wide skeleton frames before they even touched a barbell. 5. Anabolic steroids. A lot of people in the fitness community avoid this subject, but it's like the big elephant in the room that no one talks about. It's a fact that steroids are a large part of this sport. They are used and very frequently abused by both professionals and amateurs. 6. The costs. When you look at all the things listed above, what do you think they have in common? They come with a price. We're talking about gym memberships, plenty of food, steroids, supplements, personal trainers, nutrition advisors, etc. It can be pretty overwhelming for some people. Lots of amateur bodybuilders have 9-to-5 jobs so that they can pay for their expensive hobby. There are some who want to turn into pros, others are in it for the fun. Regardless, there are lots of expenses involved with bodybuilding competitions, traveling to various shows, self-tanning products, and many others.